Okay. Hi. If I sound really stuffed up, it's because I am. I have allergies. I'm sorry. I took an allergy pill thinking that it would help. It didn't, so I'm just gonna have to power through. They're not gonna go away anytime soon because it's like peak spring, and I always get really bad allergies around this time of year. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Firstly, this is the second part to my sketchbook tour slash burnout recovery slash something series in which I go through old sketchbooks to try and figure out the things that kind of make me tick when it comes to creating and making stuff and drawing, because I've been feeling pretty burnt out lately. Go watch the first video if you haven't already. It would be cool. In this video, I'm going to be going through like my mid-high school sketchbooks. So I want to say from like 2015 to like 2016, 2017, a little bit maybe. But technically, I do have to admit, I did lie to you guys. I actually have a straggler sketchbook from 2014 that I completely missed. So I'm gonna go through that really quickly right now before we get into the other stuff. Okay, so here we go. If you missed the first video, basically most of my older sketchbooks look kind of something like this, where there is no, I don't know what that is, where there is like no cover. It's literally just the front page because all of them fell off because I got all the cheapo sketchbooks. But anyways, this one is, I believe, definitely, this was actually from art class. This was my art class sketchbook. So we have this like value study that every art class fucking makes you do. But I did also kind of like doodle in this sketchbook. So there are still some things. Oh, look, okay. So one of the assignments for class was we had to like get two pieces of like a picture, like two printed out pieces of a picture, and like weave them to make like little like collage. And then I think we had to draw it. And then I think we had to draw it for like a final project, I'm pretty sure. But I don't have the final project. But I do, of course. Who did I pick for my little project? Gerard Way, of course. I did a little weird collage thing of Gerard. Peep the eye. I don't remember what I did with this project. I wish I had kept it. Okay, here we go. We have, oh my god. So another drawing that I did, that we had an exercise in art class that was like, you know, using the grid to like draw from like reference. And so we got to pick any image that we wanted, and I picked Tank Girl, of course, because I thought she was so fucking cool. Total aside, that is just drama for the sake of drama. My art teacher from this class, I found out like a few years later, that he was arrested for being in a relationship with one of his students. And we were like, I was like 14. And that man was like in his like 40s at least. And it was really creepy because like, it's really creepy to think about, because I remember like having to go up to him and be like, hey, look, this is what I want to do for my drawing. And he was like I had to like, there are lots of moments where I was really close, like in physical proximity to him. And now thinking about that makes me kind of want to throw up a little bit. Lots of unfinished anime girls, as per usual, as we have explored thoroughly in the last episode. Okay, so I had a very special OC when I was in high school, early, like late middle school, early high school, up until like mid-high school, I think. Anyways, as you all know, I was obsessed with My Chemical Romance, and this was not too long after Danger Days had come out. And my OC, this very special OC, I never named her because I'm horrible at naming things. This very special OC, she was like my OC, like kind of killjoy almost. Anyways, this is her. I have better drawings of her. actually, that I can pull up right now. She had red hair, just like Party Poison, because in my lore, she was Party Poison's daughter, or something like that, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, this is her. Better picture of her. She was like, just everything I wanted to be when I was 14, right? She had red hair. I wanted red hair so bad when I was in early high school. And I did have a red ombre when I was in high school, but I really, really wanted like a full red like head of hair. But I wasn't allowed to do that. I just got ombre instead. But yeah, she like smoked cigarettes and nothing really. I didn't really come up with like a story. It was more of just like she was just like this character that I would imagine in various scenarios relating to the Killjoys world. She was probably my favorite OC for a very long time. Here's like a little chibi version of her. She has like a bunny because she had a bunny backpack. I thought that was really cute. I wanted a bunny, like a little bunny backpack. And I don't have one actually. I should get one. Like, I have the money for it. I should just get one. Okay, so that was that sketchbook. That is the last of that era. I had to sneak it in there. I literally, when I was digging through to find the lot of sketchbooks for this session, I found that one and I was like, fuck. Okay, but now officially we are moving into the next phase of my artistic journey. All right. So this video has been a mess to make. This video is a mess. I'm so sorry. Not only does my microphone end up bugging out on me in the middle of this filming session, okay, I've literally lost the footage for a very important sketchbook that I'm gonna have to go over with you guys right now really quickly, because it's imperative that I explain this when it comes to my artist journey, okay? So I'm just gonna do this right now. This sketchbook, there's a couple of very important things I have to say about this sketchbook, and also going into this era of my artist journey, okay? There are 3 major, maybe 4 major things that heavily impacted the style of my art at this point in my life. Steven Universe, Undertale, Earthbound, and also Rick and Morty, unfortunately, okay? We will get into that later. So this is it. This, I remember sometime, it was like later sophomore year, I believe is when I started this sketchbook. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, so here's it. It also doesn't have a front page. This is it. I was also getting into alternative spirituality at this point in my life. So you're gonna see some Wiccan / pagan themes throughout this, okay? We got a nice rose. Got this lady who I think I'm gonna have to censor. Oh, here we go. Okay. Another thing that was also very important to me at this point in time was aliens and alien iconography, alien visuals and such. Very popular at the time. I fell right into it. Okay, so here we go. We have a kawaii alien girl. Very kawaii alien with the flower crown. I remember one time I actually like made my own flower crown, like from scratch. I like got everything from like Hobby Lobby and I made my own flower crown. I was very proud of it too. You see, I was starting to depart from the anime style a little bit at this point. But here we go. We still have some Palantina from Kid Icarus. Never played a Kid Icarus game, but I liked playing her in Smash Bros. Do with that what you will. I have not touched that game in a hot minute. This was also when I was like starting to get into like my like artsy phase, my like artsy film phase. So I watched the film 2001: A Space Odyssey for the first time around this point in my life. So I made fan art, very trippy. That was a really important movie to me at that point in my life. I had never seen anything like it, and it was really like that movie and Akira were like the bridges into like my, a leveling up in the media that I was interested in, One of the big reasons why. Okay, and I'm gonna have to censor this. One of the big reasons why I was originally just gonna skip over this sketchbook and just call it a loss, you know, and just move on with it. But there's one drawing in here that I just have to show you because it's crazy. Okay, firstly, I'm gonna have to censor this because there is gore, so trigger warning for that. This drawing specifically got me into a lot of hot water with my mother. Some shit happened, I got grounded, my mom went through my phone, found a picture of this drawing in my phone, and literally sat down and had like a conversation with me about it. Okay, it's crazy. I'm just gonna show you. I don't have any words for this. Wow, it is just it's crazy. That's all it is. It's crazy. We got the satanic cross, we got the pentagram, you know, all the makings for an edgy teen making art, right? Yeah, I remember I literally had to like pray with my mom, I think, when she saw this, and I don't even think I tried to explain it to her. I was just like, I don't know, I'm just going through a lot, I guess. So this was what I was into when I was around 15. I was exploring myself. I was exploring different avenues of creativity. I did have to show this because I just have such vivid memories of this drawing specifically getting me in so much trouble, and I just had to share that with you guys. Oh, here we go. Okay, we have some hesitant alien fan art. Maya the Psychic. That was my favorite song. I think I mentioned it in that video. Go watch that video if you haven't, by the way, if you feel like it. That was my favorite song for a while. There is also a lot of Madion art. The album Adventure had just come out, and that album is another pillar of like my teenhood. Got me through some rough times. Okay, that album is quite good. So there's a lot of that in here too. We have some Mr. Saturn fan art. Yeah, so I remember Earthbound had just come out on the Wii U, and that was like the first time I had ever played it, and I immediately fell in love with it, and I soft locked myself in Magic Hand, and I never beat it. I've come close a couple times, but I can never beat it. I just can't beat it. I don't know why. It's just hard for me. It's hard for me to beat a video game. Speaking of Earthbound, Paula, we have some Paula fan art. She's my favorite. She's my favorite character. I love her so much. Yeah, so this is definitely like, Earthbound really was like a big turning point for me. Just like, I mean, there's like a bajillion trillion like other videos that you can watch about why Earthbound is awesome. But for me personally, it was just like, I don't know, just like the kind of art that I want to make. Like, it was cool to see art that was so simple and like silly and like didn't take itself so seriously, but also very like deep and contemplative, and like it did take itself seriously sometimes, you know, but it was also, at the end of the day, I don't know, I love it so much. Here's some more Paula fan art. In the game, I believe the players can get possessed, so I think this was like my drawing interpretation of that. That's pretty much it for this sketchbook. I just wanted to shove it in here because it is kind of important going forward, the setting the stage for everything, so to speak. We have alternative modes of spirituality and religion. We have Earthbound, Steven Universe, Undertale, and also Rick and Morty. I'm sorry. Remember that. Remember these things going into this next era. Okay, it'll all make sense. I cannot figure out the exact chronological ordering of the next three I'm going to show you. I'm pretty sure this one comes next. Pretty sure. This one actually still has like the paper cover, which I'm surprised. I didn't end up finishing this one. I only used like half of it for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, we'll go through this one because the other two I think are a little bit more exciting. This one is really when I started to really dip away from like the anime style, and I started to get into more like cartoonish style. The Steven Universe influence was a bit strong at this point. This is when I really decided that I wanted to go to animation school. This was like when I really made that decision for myself internally. And so I started trying to do more character drawings, more like expressions, fuller, different expressions than just like the blank anime face, you know? So this is when I really started to do that. And this is also when I started to get more into like drawing with like markers. And look at this, like a little, this is like a little like self-portrait I did of myself. I wish I was a cloud. And I still do wish I was a cloud. I love cloud. Yeah, I think the reason why I didn't end up finishing this one is because I don't really care much for like the top flipping sketchbooks. They're not really my thing. I don't know why. I just don't really find myself caring much for them. Yeah, so I would just kind of come up with like random characters in class, like during school, because I would draw a lot during school. Like I have said before, it was kind of a problem. It was really hard for me to focus without having something to doodle with or doodle on. So these were two characters I had come up with. I don't remember exactly what their, hey, she kind of looks like me. What the hell? She kind of looks like me. That's kind of crazy. I don't remember what their story was. It was like, I had a really, I mean, girl, I was 15, you know, like I wasn't right. I was just coming up with these characters and kind of having like vague stories and vague scenarios for them. And I don't remember what this story was. It was there, I think it was kind of more like adult, if I remember correctly. Well, this is kind of cute. I don't know, is this supposed to be Raven from Teen Titans or something? Some Raven-esque cartoon character. Very cute. I like her a lot, actually. So yeah, this was like, I was really trying to do that like cartoon style, that galore style, I guess, or whatever the fuck that was popular at the time. Okay, this was also unfortunately when I was really into Rick and Morty. Oh my god, so there is Rick and Morty fan art in here. I will show some of it to you. Not all of it, but some of it I will show to you. I was silly. This is when I was starting to get silly with it. But yeah, I didn't finish this one. It's just like, ooh! Okay, here we go. Wait. This is like low-key vent art, but it has Napstablook on it. So I'll show it to you guys. I love Napstablook. I still do. Okay, so anyways, this is one of my flagship sketchbooks. It's this one. It's like a weird like corkboard kind of material. I'm pretty sure I got this one from Barnes & Noble. I think that's where I got like most of my sketchbooks in the early years. First picture, it's me. This was when I started doing this little thing where I would draw like a self-portrait of myself as like the first drawing in every sketchbook. I think I saw another artist doing that and I thought it was cute, so I started doing it. Got little bunny ears. The alien choker, of course, the alien space tattoo choker. So as I said, there is a lot of Rick and Morty art in here. It's like, there's a lot of Rick and Morty art in here. I'm sorry, guys. Like, it's... Okay, here's one that is pretty okay. I think when Rick and Morty first came out, they used the song Weird Science by Oingo Boingo as like a promotional song for the trailers that were coming out. And yeah, I really like that song, so I made like fan art for it. This was like when I was really testing out my Copic markers, so there's a ton of bleed. Aw, what the hell? Look at your little baby Steven from Steven Universe. That's so cute. Oh yeah, we have like Steven Universe page. Here we go. We got Garnet, we got Pearl. Yeah, so this was really when I think my like cartoony style was really starting to come out. You know, the cal art style, whatever you want to call it. I was very deep into that. I don't regret it. I think it's cute. I think it's a cute style. It holds up pretty decently, more so than like my anime stuff, I think. And then this was also when I started getting into like drawing monsters, like aliens, the Rick and Morty influence. Okay, and also like the Earthbound, I think too. This was like really when I was trying to really expand the stuff that I was drawing. I was like, if I really want to do this, I have to like draw different stuff. So this page, I cut out pieces of paper and I glued them on to my sketchbook, which is something that I want to start doing that again. Like, I like the kind of different textures in sketchbooks. I think it's cool. This is Doggo from Undertale. I have this demon girl. I think I drew her. I think I definitely drew her during school, during like one of the state tests that they made you take. And I finished my test early and I just started drawing on like this random piece of paper, and I really liked all the drawings that I made. So I like cut them all out and put them in my sketchbook for preservation purposes instead of just stuffing them in the back of my sketchbooks like I used to do. We have Mettaton Undertale and some monsters. This, I would say, is probably when I was like my most motivated, like this era. The next like couple years are probably when I was like the most motivated, and like I was just very into drawing at this point. Like I really loved it. This was like when I really started to love it. Okay, well, here we go. We have the obligatory Sans fan art. Let's just get it out of the way. Let's just get it out of the freaking way, okay? Oh my god, there's so much Undertale in here. There's so much Undertale. W.D. Gaster. Crazy that this guy is still so relevant. That's crazy, dude. Over 10 years later, man. Wow. Okay, we have a little spread. We have Undyne. Some marker. We have... This was also around the time when I really started posting more of my art on social media. This is also kind of around the time, I think. Well, maybe not till like a year later when I made my art Instagram, which I will get into when that time comes. Okay. So last episode we had a Sherlock Soul Eater crossover, okay? Get ready for this one, okay? Another film that I had watched around this point in my life was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I love that movie so much. I don't love it as much as I used to. I still like it, but I was obsessed with it when I was a teenager because I thought that doing a ton of drugs in Las Vegas in the 70s was like the coolest thing ever. I had a point a little bit, you know? Anyways, are you ready for this? We have Undertale Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas fan art where Sans is... What is his name? I literally just rewatched that movie. God, what the fuck is his name? Duke? Something Duke? Raoul Duke. Sans is Raoul Duke from fucking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? I don't know. There's a lot of that in here. I was crazy back then, okay? There was a lot of things that I was interested in very, like, at the exact same time, and I wanted to meld them in as many ways as I possibly could, okay? Oh my god, we have a little Paradise! I love Paradise. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Oh, I still think she's cute. Okay, we also have Maddion and Porter Robinson fan art. Hold on, let me see if I can cover Maddion and Porter Robinson fan art. Cheerleader is about me in 2015. The song Cheerleader is about me in 2015, okay? Oh, this is a cute spread. Okay, so we have some like alien monsters on the side. I was very proud of this one. Then we also have Napstablook and human Napstablook. If he was like a robot, like Mettaton, this is what I thought he would look like. I don't know if this is my own original design. I might have like stolen ideas from Tumblr as I did. Oh my god. Okay, this is such a throwback for me. Okay, so anybody remember Commander Holly from Game Grumps / other things I don't want to get into? Anyways, I made Commander Holly fan art that I posted on Instagram that I tagged her in. And I think she liked it actually, which was so cool because I loved her so much when I was a little teenager. I thought she was so sweet and so cute and so funny. Okay, look at this. This is me saying I'm done with the sketchbook. Okay, I'm done. Bye. MCR for life. Listen, it never ends. It never ends. It never goes away. So next we have this I guess filler sketchbook is what I can call it. I don't. This one isn't dated. It's around the same time period. Okay. This one is a mixed media sketchbook, so there is some watercolors in here because I think this was when I got like my first set of watercolor. We have Ness. Because in Earthbound you can go through the garbage and find things such as hamburgers, and I drew a little drawing of it. Oh my god, is that it? That's it? That's the only thing worth showing? Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. Wow, okay, that was that sketchbook. I can't find anything else. Oh, okay, here we go, wait. I have this little drawing of like a little like grunge teen. I was very into the grunge thing back then. I actually still like this one. This one's nice. I wonder why I didn't fill this one up that much. I don't know. Like literally there's like still half the pages left. Okay, well, whatever. That was that. All right, next up, this is the era. This is the sketchbook of this era, in my opinion. Okay, this big ass, terrible quality sketchbook that is falling apart. Okay, we got glitter and smiley face, Lisa Frank. So this was when my vaporwave tendencies were pretty much at a peak. Okay, here we go. We have another self-portrait of what I kind of looked like. I did have split dyed hair. Split dyed hair is very fun in concept and terrible in upkeep when you're a teenager that doesn't have money to go to the salon. I had half and half hair for maybe like a few months before I got sick of it. Oh, here we go. We got a little squid kid from Splatoon. More fucking Undertale. Jesus Christ. The thing about big sketchbooks is that they're a little scary. I'm always a little scared of big sketchbooks. Oh, wait. Hold on. Before I get into the kind of sad part, look at this. It's Mr. Saturn and Toby Fox art. Oh, wait. That's actually really adorable. Okay, so full disclosure about this point in my life. This was kind of when the escapist tendencies were really at like a peak in my life. I really have a hard time talking about this because it's like this is just me talking about like my life, and I don't want it to come off as like I'm trauma dumping or anything like that, because it's just like genuinely just like what my life was. Like anytime I talk about my past, what was going on in my past, I feel like just because of the nature of like of what was happening, it just always kind of leans into that like oversharing about trauma kind of thing, which I mean I have opinions about that honestly, but I was just spending all of my time online drawing, being entangled in a relationship that I should not have been entangled in, being like there was a lot of stuff happening in my brain that led to a lot of unnecessary, not unnecessary, I don't want to say it was unnecessary. I was drinking a lot at this point, and it was very messy. I was just kind of all over the place at this point. I bring this up because I think coupled with what I was talking about in the last video about, just, escapism and trying to distract myself from my reality, plus me abusing substances when I shouldn't have been. I think I just started to associate drawing with suffering in my brain. I think this was around when I started to make those connections unconsciously, like subconsciously, where it was like You know, the idea that like you have to be miserable to be an artist, you know what I mean? Or like you have to have pain to make good art. I was just so inspired to draw, and I really wanted to draw, but I was also at the time doing a lot of self-destructive shit. And I think those two things happening at the same time caused some sort of short-circuiting in my brain down the line that I think we'll get to that. Anyways, well, let's look at let's do something a little lighthearted. Mexican alien. Here's like, I also did use this as a journal, as I do in my life. Things I need to work on. 1, drawing more diverse shit. 2, being more positive. 3, try to focus on school. 4, draw more frequently. 5, relax. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. The anxiety was rampant at this point in time. Oh, this was also when I first actually started my first animation class in high school. In my at my school, there was like an early college program that you could do, and one of the classes was 3D animation. And so I took a 3D animation course when I was 16. That was my first ever animation class, and it was so hard. 3D animation is so fucking hard. Oh, we also have some Gravity Falls fan art. I wasn't that crazy about Gravity Falls. I liked it. I wasn't that, it wasn't Steven Universe to me, okay? I had my Steven Universe. That's all I needed. Oh, look it. This is the first instance of me drawing my little guys. I like drawing little guys like this. And to this day, I still doodle little guys drawing, or dancing, I mean. Little guys dancing. We have my OC that I was still drawing, I guess, at this point. And we also have Gerard Way as an alien holding a martini, even though he doesn't drink anymore. I have math homework. Oh my god. I got a 25 on this? Jesus, Hannah. I literally almost failed math. I had to take remedial math in college. 25? My microphone died. I'm sorry. It's the next day. That's why I'm just different. Okay, let's move on. So let's see. So that was the end of this sketchbook. Okay. So next I have a couple more. Let's see. So this next one is another art class sketchbook. I'm trying to remember. I was in my junior year, I think, of high school when I had this. I remember one specific thing about this sketchbook that I remember is that the teacher for this class fucking did not like me. And I don't know why. I literally don't know why. I was a good student. My art skills were like pretty decent, I would imagine, but this guy just like did not fuck with me. I just remember not having a good time in this class. One specific memory I have about this class is I remember one of our assignments was drawing like a like architectural drawing from like a picture reference, and I picked like, of course, I picked like a Japanese like street corner. And I remember being like really proud of it. I thought it looked really good. And my teacher literally just like threw it away afterwards. And he didn't even give me a chance to like keep it. He just threw it away. I fucking hated that guy. He sucked. He was one of those like, yeah, I've worked on like a lot of different projects before I started teaching. Like, I've worked on this and that and this. And he was just like, it's like, bro, you're teaching a class of high schoolers, like no one cares, firstly. So this was like kind of when I was starting to experiment with like animation, kind of like in my sketchbooks. I have this drawing that's pretty wacky and wild. This was, I don't know what to coin this era. I like the colorful era, my trippy, colorful, weird era, experimental, I guess. It's the only thing I can use to describe it. Oh, here we go. We have another Hunter S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas drawing. I remember really being proud of this one. I thought this was pretty sick. I was just getting weird with it. I was just getting funky with it. So this is the next one. Literally not decorated at all. I don't know why. I guess I just didn't feel like it. I think I posted this one actually. This is like a, this is Diva as like a gamer, because that was like the meme back then, that she was like a gamer. So she's wearing like an MLG shirt. This was like during the peak like irony pilled meme era of the internet, like MLG edits and stuff like that. I wasn't like super duper deep into it, but I was, you could see the influence in my sketchbook. We have Roadhog and Junkrat. They were my favorite. They were my favorite duo when I was playing Overwatch, like in the lore. They're pretty fun to draw too. Yeah, so I got my first set of watercolors and my first set of Copic markers, and I went to town. I went crazy. I kind of like this one. Hey, I'm walking here. That's actually pretty funny. Oh my god, there's also H3H3 fan art in here. Oh my god, I'm not gonna show that. It was a different time. Okay? I remember being really, really proud of this one actually. This is like a whole like piece. This one, very, I don't even know. It's like a, it's, I was really into vaporwave, and god, I don't even, how do I explain this one? This is just like crazy. The lyrics are from, well, technically I got these lyrics from the St. Pepsi song, Enjoy Yourself by St. Pepsi. Who remembers? Come on. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. This is just crazy. This is just wacky. I just had a lot of different varying ideas. More of my OC. Funnily, that's so funny. I thought I would have been overdrawing her at this point, but I guess not. I guess not. We have some alien girls. We have some alien girls. You know, very cool. We also have some more Steven Universe fan art. Lapis Lazuli. I love Lapis. Lapis and Peridot were my favorites, of course. So this will be the last one that I show you. Because I think the next round, I think it's gonna be like super duper late high school, early college, I think. So yeah, I think this is the last sketchbook I'm pretty sure that I had during high school, or one of the last ones. Yeah, see, so this was when I was like practicing animation stuff, like expressions and like different facial expressions, like when it comes to speech. Yeah, and so I think this was when I was starting to transition into like more, I don't know, like experimental, kind of abstract, simplistic, I don't know how to describe it, like this kind of drawing style, because I don't know, I just found myself being more inspired by other things, I guess. Well, look at this. Okay, this is how I know this was 2017, because I got some Breath of the Wild fan art, which was like my favorite game for so long. I remember buying that game and it being like one of the only games I had on my Switch, and literally playing it all day, every day over summer break. That was like literally all I did. Not even kidding. Oh my god. Oh geez Louise. This point as well, I was kind of experiencing, I don't know if this is what I should call it, because I never got it actually like diagnosed, you know, but I was experiencing maybe some form of like hypomania at this point in my life. And so a lot of my art was kind of inspired by those like sensations that I would feel. Like, it's hard to explain, but at the time there would just be nights where, and I don't know why, there would just be nights where I wouldn't be able to sleep, because my body felt like it was just like tingling, and I would be like completely sober while it was happening. Like my body would be like tingling, and like my brain, like my thoughts would just be racing, and I would just have like so much like euphoric energy almost. and I would just like stay up so late and I would just draw and draw and draw. Like that was also part of, I think also kept me drawing, is that I was just experiencing a lot of that happening at that point in my life. I don't know why. I never got it like medically checked out, so, you know, but I did draw what it felt like at the time. Just like very intense episodes that I would have of that I would draw. And I think that's why also my drawing just started to become more like sporadic. Oh, look at this! And my squid kid. I also was just like starting to draw like more. I like this guy. This guy's funny. And then this was like my first instances of drawing my little bunny characters. There was also a little bear character. Before I started drawing all my little bunny characters, there was originally a little bear. That was what I would draw the most. This too was when I was also really into the cyberpunk aesthetic. So I was drawing a lot of like wires and like little things like that. Oh, look it! In the very back, my little bear. I love drawing this little bear everywhere. And then it kind of just turned into a bunny. But I guess that's it. Literally, like, there's no other pages in the sketchbook, so that's it, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. What did we learn today? Full disclosure, this section of like my artistic journey, when I look back on it, this is the section that kind of makes me feel the most like melancholy, because, well, there's a few different reasons why. Like I had mentioned before, I was really in a place where I was kind of associating my pain with art, this like kind of escapism to get away from a lot of things that were going on in my life, through other things that I shouldn't have been doing, and drawing. I guess it's easier for me to see than it is for other people to see, but like to me, this is kind of like the big hoopla before, like, you know, before things kind of started to get a little out of control, in a lot of different ways in my personal life. And I don't want to like harp too much on like my personal life, because, you know, I don't know, I have a lot of like varying back and forth opinions about oversharing on the internet. I'm not here to like have like a struggle Olympics or something like that, but it's kind of hard for me to talk about my art and my burnout without talking about what was going on in my personal life, because those things are very intertwined. So that's the only reason why I'm bringing these things up, just because it does play a part into my life, into my burnout, essentially. I think that, going back to like what I was saying in the last video, I think maybe that's part of the reason why I don't really feel like when a lot of people make content about burnout, maybe that's why it was just hard for me to like relate to it, you know, because it was just it just felt very surface level. And not saying that the things that people post are, you know, you're only seeing like a portion of people's actual realities. I understand that. It was more of just like I couldn't really find anything that I could like latch on to. And I think maybe that's why I just felt bad, because I don't know, it's hard to explain. Hopefully it makes more sense down the line. We will continue this conversation as I progress through. But what did I learn? I will coin this era officially my colorful, messy era. Okay. A lot of it can be kind of chalked up to like just naivety of being a 16, 17-year-old. Like, you know, you think you know everything, you know, you think you're prepared for the real world, but you're really not, you know. I think that's also part of what it was. It was just like having infinite amounts of energy and having infinite amount of ideas. This was also around the time, like I said, where I started posting my art on social media. Down the line, I think that's gonna be like more of a thing, like more of a more of a thing in my burnout journey. At the time, it didn't really feel like it, but over time, it would kind of evolve into me drawing just so I could post on social media, which is not a good thing, obviously. Like, that's not good. At the time, it didn't really feel like a bad idea, or it didn't feel like that was the wrong thing to do, because everybody was kind of doing that. This was also when I started drawing more digital stuff. Like, I had gotten my first digital tablet, like my first Wacom tablet. So I did start doing stuff digitally as well. This was like when I started doing that. So the sketchbooks are going to become a little bit more sparse, because a lot of the stuff that I was drawing was digital, or it was starting to become more digital, and I was starting to draw less in my sketchbooks. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, again, this kind of era is what brings me the most shame, I guess. The most shame, or one of the more poignant points of shame in my soul when I think about my output as an artist, because there was a point where I was pumping out crap all the time, and now it's like I just can't do that anymore. And it's easy to kind of say, like, oh yeah, well, times are different back then. I'm not 17 anymore, obviously. Like, I can't hold myself to that standard. I can't hold myself to the same standard forever and ever, because life circumstances change. But it's hard in practice, you know what I mean? It's so easy, especially with social media, to like look back on how things used to be and feeling like bad about it. But then but then like I really think about it, and it's like, okay, things actually weren't that great back then. I had a lot more energy, and that's kind of it. This is also kind of a point where my ideas and my own little world creatively kind of started to get overtaken by my personal / interpersonal life and the things that were going on in that. I think this is like the beginning stages of it. It's kind of hard to tell from like an outside perspective, but I can internally, like, me knowing me, like, this is definitely like kind of the beginning stages of that. Like, the escapism wasn't gonna last forever. Like, the escapist tendencies are going to bite me in the ass, and the things that I was trying to distract myself from were going to like hit my life full force. And yeah. So, but I don't want to end on a sad note. Like, come on, there's some funny moments. We saw freaking Sans Undertale Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas fan art. You probably never seen that before. So, blessed you with that. A unique experience. It's easy for me to look back and get kind of melancholy about it, because hindsight is 2020. But all things considered, I don't regret anything. I don't regret the things that I did, particularly. I don't regret the way that I acted. I was just kind of doing the best with what I had. Anyways, that was like middle / end of high school. Next, we're going to go deep. We're going to start my college sketchbooks. I think we'll probably next do like 2018 to like 2019, 2020 maybe. I don't really want to get to 2020. I don't want to get to 2020, but it's gonna have to happen. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.